What is good, y'all? This is SaberWolf94, and we have a very powerful deck today for Expanded. This is gonna be, I'll call this Darkness the Strongest, and not really a fancy name, but it really is because when you look at this deck on paper, like all the dark decks, dark support, they're so strong. So this is an expanded dark deck for the expanded format. It's just all around fantastic, I think. I'm gonna go over it. Doesn't really have, I suppose, a single Pokemon focus like in other decks. Like I suppose maybe you could say Yveltal is the main attacker of this deck, but Darkrai can put in work. Darkrai GX especially can put in work. And we also have Zoroark Break too. You guys know this card. This card is good, topping and shit. Okay, so let's go a little bit about over the cards. So first off, the guy you usually want to open with, the basic Yveltal. This guy is very good, as always. Oblivion Wind does 30 for 1, fast and cheap, but also grabs Darkness Energy from the discard pile. So that's amazing. You can power up your amazing attackers. Very strong. And Darkness Blade, if you power this guy up, 100 for 3, pretty good. We don't care about the flip a coin effect, even if we can attack. We have ways around that. Of course, you would rather not have this drawback, but it's not even like it's there, to be honest. Finding resistance, pretty good. We're going to power up our attackers, and the biggest one probably is still Yveltal EX. This Pokemon can dish out shitloads of damage still with Evil Ball. Even though there's cards like Gardevoir GX that make this guy look like a pussy, to be honest, he's still strong. Basic Pokemon, we don't have to evolve and do shit. All around great card. Wise Cyclone, we can use this to get 2-hit knockouts and shit, and conserve energy. All around great Pokemon, very old Pokemon at this point. You guys know he's great. We're gonna run our Darkrai too. I'm glad I'm coming back to this card. Glad I'm gonna get the chance to use it again. Our Darkrai X, this guy used to be king, but he's kind of overshadowed. He's not like, I guess maybe it's a power creep effect, maybe it's he's very good still, but the damage he's dishing out, isn't what it used to be. Night Spirit's gonna do 120 total. The 30 damage is a snipe damage, so pretty good. But you mainly use him for Dark Cloak. He has more of a support role these days. He's got a nice psychic resistance, that's also very good. And with Dark Cloak, we get free retreat if we have Darkness Energy on our dudes. Pretty good. I had two in this deck, but I kind of obtained a Darkrai GX, and I knew that I was going to run this guy if I had him. I do really want to have two in this guy, but because I always want to have a spare one for the free retreat, just in case he dies or he gets prized. But we can't really afford it with the space. I want this deck to be as consistent as possible. I don't want any filler attackers. So he became the replacement for Darkrai GX. So Darkrai GX, very, very good Pokemon. A restoration, you basically grab him from the discard pile if he's there, and you put a Darkness Energy on him. This is very strong because it means like that Dark Cleave, it's only a 2 energy attack, he only needs 2 more energy, and both of his attacks are fantastic. Dark Cleave does 130, not affected by resistance too. This can't be something against fairy decks. We will kind of ignore the bullshit. And Dead End EGX, if your opponent has a special condition, it's an instant knockout. Now, I don't really have a lot of ways, or actually I don't even have any. Well, there's only one way to use this GX attack in this sort of a deck, and that's the laser. I run one laser, and that's basically it. But maybe if we time it right, we can use Dead End GX. But this is the only like GX attack and GX Pokemon I have in this deck. Uh, I don't, of course, I want to exploit the GX attack if I can, which is why is a very big reason why I run Darkrai GX. But I don't really see a big point in running any other guys just so maybe I can do some GX shit and what have you. Uh, this deck works fine, and I really don't know what to say. We can't really take advantage of the GX so much, since this mainly revolves around a lot of older cards that are still great. But this Aurora, fantastic Pokemon, has a psychic resistance too. This is the same bottom stats and same HP actually with the old Darkrai EX. And yeah, I was gonna say something else, but I'll save it for later. So one guy that actually takes up a little bit of space that maybe you can decide not to run is the Zoroark, but I decided to run it for shit like Alolan Ninetales and Hoopas, and I guess we have Yveltal too, but maybe if somebody wants to run Pyro, I guess, from Flashfire, who the fuck is gonna do that, but I guess. And I just like having a good little, stage attacker. He also, even though we only have one Darkrai EX, because of the Zoroark from Breakthrough that has Stand In and the Float Stones, we can actually still have Free Retreat around the board, and that can also help us with ailments like sleep. Pretty good, pretty good. Um, his attack Mind Jag is very good. Of course, it relies a lot on how big your opponent's bench is, but he's pretty good. And I run the Dark Explorer's Old Zoroark. This is a very good card still. Brutal Bash. It's gonna do pretty much 120 damage if we have a full bench. All of these Pokemon are dark, minus Mime and Tapu Lele. And to be honest, now that I think about it, maybe I should get rid of mine for another Darkrai. I do want to run this card for bench protection as always, but because we're running this dude, maybe. Dark Rush does 20 damage times the number of damage counters on this Pokemon. Uh, with 100 HP, he might not survive, but we do run the break too, so that attack can become better. But of course, you run this guy for foul play. Use any of your opponent's attacks. It's amazing. 140 HP is a very good improvement. All around, very good. We run the basic Zoras, the lovely one with the people in it. I like cards like that that feature like Pokemon with people being loving and shit. The reason why I love the Emboar Legendary Treasures one too so much. But around this guy, he has a disruption attack, and Dark Edge, I guess that's 30. And one of the Dark Explorers with 50 HP that has Ascension. If we attack with Ascension, we can basically evolve ourselves, and that's kind of cool, but this guy also has 60 HP instead of 50. So these are the Pokemon. Tapu Lele is here for the obvious reasons. I don't think I need to say any more. We can power him up too, if need be, with Yveltal. But these are the Pokemon. Now, one thing that I was going to say when I was talking about Darkrai GX, you can run more Darkrai GX if you want to actually have more than one. I have the regular full art of this guy too. But I feel like that's a different type of deck. If you're going to run a more Darkrai GX, you're going to run Darkrai EX from Breakpoint too, because that makes sense. And there's a billion ways to run this dark deck. Uh, Darkness Pokemon are very flexible, very strong, have a lot of fucking support. Ever since Dark Explorers, it seems like they have fuckloads of support. Uh, Amazing Pokemon. You have billions of choices. Like I thought, maybe I can run Hydreigon and run Max Potions, Dragons Exalted style. Maybe the Hydreigon from Phantom Forces. There's a lot of shit you can do. You can run more of Darkrai EX, uh, billions of things. But this is how I'm going to run it for now. Maybe we'll change mine, maybe we'll change something. I decided to run Tapu Lele for consistency still, but maybe you can take this out. Even this, to be honest, because I feel like the deck is consistent enough anyway. And I guess we want to maximize damage for this guy. But his attack can get stronger if our opponent plays Skyfield and we play more Dark Dudes. But these are the Pokemon. So let's talk trainers. So Dark Patch, run 2 of this card. Very good and expanded. It's basically dark shit 101. Kind of like the Aqua Patch we have now, you grab a Darkness Energy from a discard pile, attach it to one of your bench Darkness Pokemon. Of course, we have Yveltal too, but this helps too. Is great, is all around great. And these are the ways that we can power up our attackers quickly. I don't think there's any other way really. So let's talk add-on damage. So this deck is supposed to dish out a lot of quick and strong damage for very few energy. Yveltal can start fucking things up with 2 energy. This guy does 1 for 30. This guy's pretty fast too. And the Zoroarks, well, they're fast as well. Only need a DC to attack. Now, the ways we're going to bring more add-on damage is through our tools, which is 1 Choice Band, very good overall. 2 Fighting Fury Belts, because most of these Pokemon are basics, and I do want to give extra HP to the Yveltals and Darkrai's. That's pretty good. And 1 Muscle Band too, instead of another Choice Band or another Fury Belt. To attack other basic Pokemon or maybe Stage 2 Pokemon with a lot of HP. Muscle Band is just generally very good. It just adds 20 more damage to anything. And it works with everything too. Works with Zoroark, works with Break, works with Yveltal, works with everybody. Just 20 more damage to anything. It wouldn't be bad to run more of this card, to be honest. But I decided, the benefits of Fury Belt, the HP, and Choice Band is kind of good too. So this is how I run it now. Hypnotoxic Laser is also going to give us 10 more damage when we play this. You would most likely want to use this either to get a knockout or with Darkrai GX so you can get a knockout anyway, for sure. Maybe I should run more of this. Maybe I should run 1 more. I do have 1 more, but I don't really want to favor this card so much. And space is a thing too. So for now, it's just going to be 1. And the other thing that adds damage is our Reverse Valley. Yeah, this isn't called Chaos Stadium or whatever the fuck I used to call it. Uh, this will give our Darkness Pokemon 10 more damage and give our opponent's Metal Pokemon 10 more, less damage sort of defense. So I guess it kind of becomes useless if we're going up against Metal Pokemon, but it is what it is. When I get the new stadium, Devouring Wasteland, or however it's called, Devouring Stadium, the one in Crimson Invasion now, we'll probably run that. It works with Hydreigon too if we decided to run him, because it gives dragons 10 more too. But this is still kind of good. It's our stadium, and it also gives us add-on damage. So that covers that shit. So let's talk about my basic consistency stuff. Computer search is the A-spec of this deck. I don't think there's anything better. Maybe Dowsing Machine if you want to have that little bit of extra flexibility. But this is a very good consistency card, of course, is Computer Search. It's going to ditch us our Darkness Energy, because we do want to do this. We want to ditch our Darkness Energy for Dark Patch and Yveltal, and of course, Darkrai GX. For Ultra Ball, kind of like Computer Search, it's going to ditch 2 cards, but we grab any Pokemon. Very good, very good. I thought of maybe I should run 2 of this, and I don't know, like maybe something else, but I think 3 is the way to go, to be honest. Nest Ball also grabs basically anything besides the Zoroarks and Zoroark Break. And we have our Professor's Letter, goes greatly in conjunction with Ultra Ball and Computer Search, grabs this Darkness Energy, thins the deck, puts Darkness Energy in the discard pile when we play Ultra Ball, and we should always be able to have Darkness Energy in hand to attach this way. We don't miss a turn. So, Trainer's Mail, look at the 4 cards of your deck, grab any trainer, consistency, and of course we have other consistency cards in the form of recovery, VS Seeker, two of this, Rescue Stretcher for Pokemon recovery through the hand and maybe in the deck if you want to use it. I do not run Super Rod because of space, and it isn't really necessary at all. I mean, this guy can revive himself, so we don't have to worry this much about losing attackers. Um, I don't really want to put energy in the deck either. I just is no reason to run Super Rod, to be honest. It's just it would be very pointless. It will give very little benefit that can't really justify compared to other cards. I run my Switch and Floatstone just in case, we lose our abilities and shit. We can still do shit with these cards. I run them, is my skeleton, as you guys know. Uh, one Field Blower and one... where are you? Where is... Oh my god, are we not running... Huh, it seems I didn't put Starling Megaphone. Yeah, normally I run this card too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like I missed it when I was going through, making my deck. Yeah, so we're gonna have to find a way to add it because I do run this card too. So this is supposed to be a Field Blower and one Startling Megaphone. I mean, I suppose if you're gonna only run one, then maybe remove this for Startling Megaphone, but it's up to you. This is very good too, but I will definitely find a way, I think, because I do want to run my Startling Megaphone. But those are the trainer cards, the item cards. I don't think there's anything else. And the supporter line is standard. We run our one Colress since we can have him in expanded. Lily, there's plenty of discarding in this deck. This card is fantastic. Lysander, of course, gets you those KOs and those wins. 3 and 3 Juniper, 1 Skyla, standard things. And yeah, and for the energies, it's just 12 darkness energies. I do want a good number to ditch them and add every turn and attach every turn manually. And 1 DCE, this gives us a little extra boost to Yveltal when we're going to use Evil Ball. And his instant attack for Zoroark, well, for both Zoroarks, honestly. Doesn't work with anything else. Oh, and Tapu Lele, I guess, too. So this is the deck, guys. It's very easy to use, very consistent, very strong. You just put energies and fucking attack with strong as attackers. Pretty good. You know, Yveltal is weak to lightning. The other guys are weak to fighting. So, you have that little extra variety too in weakness. Now, of course, Gardevoir GX, like I say, you will probably not win against that deck. It's just how the way it is. It's just your bad matchup. That's just how it is. It's just like, even though Lux Chomp was uh, the best deck of the time back then, it just couldn't do shit against Donphan. Oh, I guess you could still win because the deck was just so good, but Luxray Level X could never beat Donphan on its own if it was a one-on-one. But this is a deck, guys. There's a million ways to play this deck and run this deck. This is how I'm running it now. I'm going to post games, many games with this, I think. So I hope you guys enjoyed this dark deck profile. Darkness is strongest. Dark Pokemon. They really just have everything they want. Everything they could ever wish for. Pretty much. Maybe I'll make some changes. I'm not going to lie. I didn't really realize I didn't have Startling Megaphone here. But the question is, what are we going to get rid of for that? Maybe make some Pokemon changes too. We shall see. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys share this with your friends and leave a like for all these lovely darkness Pokemon, lovely darkness EXs and GXs. Very nice, very nice. Well, this isn't that nice. I don't like the golden break shit that's supposed to be level X cards. This guy's cool as fuck. But yeah, hope you guys like it. Hope you guys support me by liking, subscribing, all that shit. I appreciate it. I feel like I put out some decent decks, talk about them concisely and stuff. So that's all I have to say. The only thing that's left to say is what the fuck is up?